I remember a few years back, someone had asked me before East New York started to get a lot of notoriety around the rezoning. I was singing the praises of East New York, and it's probably, I'm going to say 7 years ago. And someone's like, asked me, what is so good about East New York? And the first thing I would have to say is the passion of the people. So you will meet some of the most passionate people in probably, I would say a good part of Brooklyn. People really have very strong views and strong commitments to things, and that makes it lively. So that's one of the things that I love, being around the people. And I would also say that I love the fact that I can enjoy the sky and the sun and some of the diverse ecology that people do not think exists in East New York. We have all sorts. Like I saw a rabbit in East New York. Like it was like, so there's this kind of hidden side that doesn't get a lot of press, unfortunately. And so those are some of the things that I enjoy: that strong sense of community, the passion of the people, the little quirks that people don't know about. So that's kind of what made me fall in love, and I want to protect it.
You know, it's been 13 months, so do you feel like the neighborhood has been impacted at all by the rezoning yet?
I would have to say yes, because of the different kind of areas or constituents that I interface with. People who never used to ask me about housing in East New York have started to ask me about housing in East New York. Like, Farrah, do you think that's a good block to buy a house on? Or what? I heard about this apartment in such and such block. You think that's a good apartment? So
you mean people who don't live in East New York?
People who do not live in East New York,
who buy in.
Who are trying to buy in and want more, like are trying to get intel, so to speak. So that's one of the main changes, like kind of people are paying attention to it in terms of like the next best thing. And then just our landscape is changing, like all the time. You'll see stores open up where there wasn't a store, or houses being built where there wasn't a house there before. I would see Corcoran signs, and that usually is like an indicator, like who's buying this stuff? Okay, because I never used to see Corcoran signs in East New York. So there's a definite feeling and shift. Some things are great, and some things are like scary. So.
Last question, what do you think is the most important thing to be working towards going forward?
Inclusivity is probably what I would have to say. I am a born and bred Brooklynite from immigrant parents. And I often tell people that being raised in Brooklyn is probably one of the things that I think is one of the greatest things that happened in my life. And I would love for that opportunity to exist for other people. And that only happens if we kind of make great efforts in being inclusive and like making a diverse community, whether it be economic or racial or what have you, but really striving on trying to have as diverse and inclusive of environment as we can, or neighborhood as we can. So I think that is one of our further goals, and also to like not believe all that you hear, like, because oftentimes you'll hear negative things about places and people, but kind of really exploring on your own and really getting your, kind of seeing for yourself as opposed to just believing automatically what is being told to you. Mm-hmm. So I want people to be more open and really think of a world beyond their own little worlds. Mm-hmm.